Hello, I am Matthew Genslinger, the pastor of the New Church of Concord, and welcome to this week's video for kids. Last week, we talked about one of the reasons it is so important for us to get into the good habit of reading the Lord's Word every single day. And do you remember what that reason is? It's because the Lord is able to teach us things in His Word that we cannot learn anywhere else. You might remember how we made the point that there might be millions and millions and millions of other books in this world, but there is only one book that has been given to us by the Lord Himself. One book that clearly teaches us about the life that we need to live if we want to someday go to heaven and experience eternal happiness. So that was last week. This week, I want to talk with you about a second reason it is so important for us to get into the good habit of reading the Lord's Word every day. And it has to do with how we feel when we read the Lord's Word. Okay? Now, to start with, I want you to imagine that you were in your room and you were all by yourself. And now imagine that somebody came into your room and they were either feeling very, very sad, very, very angry, or very, very happy. Now, I have a question for you. If the person who came into your room was feeling very, very sad, how do you think that that would make you feel? If somebody came into your room who was feeling very, very sad, I bet that that would make you feel sad as well. What if somebody came into your room who was feeling very, very angry? How would that make you feel? Well, you might not feel angry yourself, but you might end up feeling afraid and maybe a little bit upset. What if somebody came into your room who felt very, very happy? How would that make you feel? Well, when people around us are happy, isn't it true that we often end up feeling happy as well? So the point of this is that the way other people are feeling can affect the way that we feel. So what does this have to do with reading the Lord's Word? Well, when we sit down and read the Lord's Word, we are taught that something happens that I think is really, really wonderful. We are taught that whenever we sit down to read the Word, angels are with us. We may not see them, and we may not be able to touch them with our hands, but whenever we sit down to read the Lord's Word, we come into the company of angels. Now, hopefully, this will be a very, very easy question for you to answer. But when you do sit down and read the Lord's Word, how do you think these angels end up feeling? Think about that. Do the angels feel sad when you read the Lord's Word? Do the angels feel angry or upset when you read the Lord's Word? Of course not. When you sit down and read the Lord's Word, the angels feel wonderful. They feel extremely happy. They feel a beautiful sense of holiness. Now, here's the fun part. We were just saying that the way other people feel can affect the way that we feel. Well, this means that when you sit down and read the Word, you will end up feeling happy because the angels who are with you are feeling happy. The angels who are with you, we're told, want to share their good feelings, their happy feelings with you. Isn't that an amazing thought? I have a passage here from a book called the Arcana Celestia that I want to read you. It's very, very brief, and it says this: when young children read the stories in the Word, so that's you, the angels present with them experience a happy heavenly state. So that's just saying again that when you read the Lord's Word, the angels feel happy. But then listen to this. It says, it is this heavenly happiness experienced by angels which flows in and causes young children to take delight in those stories as well. So again, it's because the angels are feeling happy when we're reading the Word that we end up feeling happy as well. So this is another reason that I want to challenge you to get into the good habit of reading the Lord's Word every single day. Last week we talked about how we learn things from the Lord's Word that we cannot learn anywhere else. And this week we learned that when we read the Lord's Word, the Lord is able to fill us with happy and peaceful feelings that actually come to us from those angels, from the angels who are with us when we do choose to read the Lord's Word. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So I hope you have a great day. Remember to always make time for the Lord in your life, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Bye.